My name is Justin Pinon, and I'm the mental assassin. In my mentalism journey, I have met awesome people with awesome abilities using their awesome minds. It's time to learn their story. From my mind to yours, this is Mind Over Matter. Welcome to the pilot episode of Mind Over Matter, and of course, my name is Justin Pinon, the mental assassin. I'm really excited for the pilot episode because we have something or someone special for you, and we're gonna talk about one of my passions as a mentalist, because I've known NLP for a long time, but ever since I knew this person or I experienced this person's teachings, grabe, super nag-iba yung tingin ko sa NLP. And thank you very much for tuning in, and welcome to Mind Over Matter. Our first guest, of course, is one of my mentors in NLP. And you might know him before as a child actor, multi-awarded child actor. And now I know that you also know him as a life-changing coach. So he is now a coach of NLP, right?
Yes.
And welcome to the show, RR Herrera.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you for accepting my invitation.
Thank you for inviting me.
I know you're very busy, so thank you for being here.
Anytime for you.
How are you?
I'm good. Busy. Train station is very busy right now. The train's moving really fast.
For you, what is NLP?
Well, NLP is really noticing the programs that you have as a person. Because growing up, you develop certain behaviors and ways of thinking that sometimes it doesn't really help in getting the output that you want, right? So if you have a goal and you are not built to achieve that, NLP helps in reprogramming you and the way you think and the way you speak and the way you act to be more aligned to getting the result that you want.
So sometimes we have situations that seems impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So is it possible through NLP to achieve those goals?
Yes. The thing is, it all starts here. When you start thinking that it's impossible, of course it will be impossible, right? So from there, it's really just breaking that pattern in your head that this thing is impossible.
Yeah.
That's where it starts.
And before we go through NLP, I know a lot of people are curious. So from being a child actor,
yes,
can you tell us what's your transition from being a child actor to an NLP practitioner and master NLP practitioner?
Well, it started in training because I joined this company before, Motivating Minds, and then that company used NLP as a framework for all of the training programs. And then I got interested, and then I got certified already, and then I went to London to study under the founder of NLP himself, Dr. John Grinder. And I found it really interesting because it's changing lives. And before, as an actor, you would get the effect like people would approach you, that movie really changed my life and stuff like that. But this time, as a coach and as a trainer, you get it firsthand. You get it right away, the feedback. And that's something I like. And the feedback that you get is really, very gratifying because it changes their lives. It makes their lives a little better because they lose traumas, they lose phobias, and they are able to achieve the goals that they want.
Wow. So speaking of traumas and phobias,
yes,
I'm sure you can recall some of the most memorable clients that you had.
Yes,
so
of course.
Can you give us a little something?
Well, one was when we volunteered and we went to Tacloban. With the Yolanda victims. That was very challenging because, again, as a practitioner, nothing can really prepare you for to coach someone because of that trauma. On the way to Tacloban, I was thinking of different patterns to use, and you really can't prepare it. It's really on the spot what the person needs. You just have to listen and take away all of those things that you set in your mind to do, and because that can also affect the way you treat them or when you give the pattern.
So while in Tacloban, what's the common things that they were thinking of? Or
it was hard because they were in the place. You couldn't take them out. When they open their eyes, they're back to the traumatic place, right? So And Filipinos are very resilient. And when they say resilient, when you ask them, oh, how are you? Filipinos normally would say, I'm okay, I'm good. No trauma, no whatever. But the thing is, when it started to rain, we would feel the shift of the body, And people would be like, oops. And then the breathing of the people around us started to change. And as NLP practitioners, we're very sensitive to that. So even if they say that they're okay, you know that inside, they're not okay. Yeah. And we had to change that. We had to make them feel comfortable where they are because that's where they live.
Yeah. So speaking of breathing patterns that are changing, expressions that are changing, can we discuss a little framework about NLP?
Yes.
So what is the most important aspect in NLP or Neuro-Linguistic Programming?
Yes. In NLP, John Grinder says the problem is not the problem. It's the state you are in when you enter the problem.
Yes.
Right? So, and usually state is defined by the breathing pattern that you have. So you change your breathing pattern, then you change your state.
Yes.
Right? I clearly remember this client I had, suicidal. And funny because at first I thought right after the session, I didn't have a breakthrough. And I was kind of down at that point. And then I just got this call from the mom, and then the mom said, "Oh, she didn't ask for her medicines anymore." And then she was okay. And even during exams, and normally during exams, she would ask for medicines because of the anxiety attacks. And I don't know, it's really all about calibrating that breathing pattern, calibrating the person, because at that point, she actually didn't want to do some of the patterns that we did. The key really is rapport. No? Yeah. Especially with NLP, there are some things that might be a little unconventional. So making them do hand races and making them dance or catch a ball or whatever. And you just have to frame it well and establish that rapport so that the client, no matter how odd that thing is that you want them to do, they'll be okay to do it. Yeah. So it's really about rapport.
So speaking of state changes, do you believe in the power of choice?
Yes. Actually, NLP is all about that. NLP will not tell you, okay, this is what you should do. Right? NLP will give you more choices. Because that's the thing. NLP, when you talk about programs, it's like the neural pathway in the brain. And when you're so used to doing things this way, that neural pathway is strengthened. It's like a muscle.
Yes.
So with NLP, what we do is we try to install another way to do things. And then, when the trigger comes, you have more options. It's not like you're stuck in doing something like forever.
So what you're saying now is life-changing for our viewers. And thank you for being here, RR.
Thank you, Justin.
Now let's talk more about Train Station.
Yes.
Your company. So Train Station is your company where your main focus is to teach NLP to people.
Yeah, we certify people with NLP. And the main product of the company is really through training. We use NLP as a backbone for most of our programs. Why? Because it's very good with belief change. And when it comes to corporate concerns, for people who are not motivated, for people who are not built to sell, or people who cannot work with others, it's easy for us to shift them using NLP.
Wow.
Because it's all about mindsets.
And I know you have a program called Breaking Through Barriers.
Yes.
This is for people who are having difficulties to move on or to continue their life, right? So tell us more about Breaking Through Barriers.
Breaking Through Barriers, it's not just for problematic people. One thing I like about Breaking Through Barriers is if you just want to improve something, then join us. For people who want to get over someone, or for people who are depressive, they can join this class, and it's not like you have to share with everyone. You will be coached individually for the second half of the day. The first half of the day will be about lectures, building them, giving them resources to handle the things in life. And then after that, coaches will start working on them.
Wow. So again, RR, thank you for being here. And please invite people to your website,
yes,
how they may contact you.
Thank you, Justin. For people who are interested with NLP, please get in touch with us. Please call 65-TRAIN and visit our website, www.trainstation.com.ph. And please explore NLP.
Yeah, and I'm a proud graduate of
Yes,
NLP.
we're very proud to have Justin.
Thank you again for being here, RR. And from our mind to yours, that was mind over matter. And one last thing, your mind is next.